I'm Gunner Gillett with Headsnaps and Headgear, and I'm here with Mark Bader, the man, the myth, the legend who started Flo Wrestling. So, Mark, how did you get Flo Wrestling started in the first place?
Well, I actually didn't start Flo Wrestling myself. Flo Wrestling started in 2008 by an awesome man named Martin Floriani. He became friends with Ben Askren, who a lot of us know as an Olympic wrestler, who was a big wrestler in college in 2006 at the time. I wrestled in college with Ben. I was a few years older. And I met Martin through Ben. And through that mutual connection, Martin actually approached me and asked me to come work for his company and start an MMA website. So I actually started working for Flo Sports, which is the company that Flo Wrestling is with. And I did an MMA website called Pure Fight for 2 years, which is basically an MMA version of Flo Wrestling, traveling around the country, interviewing fighters, going to fights. And then I started in 2008, and then in 2010, I transitioned full-time into Flo Wrestling.
So, Flo Wrestling has been nothing but great for the sport of wrestling with all the documentaries that they've come out with. Are there any more documentaries that we should be looking out for in the future?
Yes. We got a good one coming up. A lot of people were excited at the NCAA championships to see Kyle Canal of Kent State, an unseeded guy who took a year off of wrestling, went through some hard personal issues in his life, overcame them. A lot of people don't know the circumstances behind that. He, of course, went on and pinned the #1 seed, Colin Moore, in the quarterfinals. Wrestled back and beat Colin Moore again for third place, and was just one of the biggest stories of the NCAA championships this year. And a lot of people were excited to see what he did. We're cheering him on and rooting for him at the NCAAs. And via Twitter, a lot of people were saying, we want a Kyle Canal documentary. And so we give the people what they want. Kyle Canal documentary should be coming out. Don't have an exact date. I would say in May or June, though, if I had to guess.
I'll be very excited for that one.
Awesome.
So, something that's new to this year in the sport of wrestling is the Final X format. So, can you tell us how that works?
Yes. As you can see, we are in the Final X interview room at the U.S. Open. You got us corralled in here. I love it. So typically we have the U.S. Open, which feeds into the World Team Trials. And then the World Team Trials has a mini tournament. The winner of that wrestles somebody, best 2 out of 3. The winner of that's on the World Team. We're taking it one step further. We're having the U.S. Open, then the Challenge Tournament as normal. Then when we have the winner of the Challenge Tournament, somebody else is already sitting in Final X. So you'll have 2 final competitors competing just for their best 2 out of 3, right? And that'll be separate. So over 3 weekends in June, June 9th in Lincoln, Nebraska, June 16th in State College, Pennsylvania, and June 23rd in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, we'll see the men's freestyle and the women's freestyle teams have your final 2 competitors who will be going at it, and each weight will only wrestle on 1 weekend. And the winner of that 2 out of 3 will then represent the United States on the World Team. And for the men, hopefully we bring back back-to-back team titles. And for the women, hopefully we knock off Japan and bring home our first women's World Team title.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Awesome, man. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate it.
That's all for this installment of Headsnaps and Headgear. I'd also like to thank Scrap Life for sending me this amazing sweatshirt and lots of other gear. Don't forget to snap that head and throw on some headgear.
We call that wrestler swag. To us, that's wrestler swag. So I need all the people with wrestler swag. Step up on the mat. Get down to this one.